Hello. As always, in the next 40 minutes, police from all over the country will be asking for your help to solve some of the more unusual, more serious crimes that they're investigating. We're live on air now, and detectives and BBC researchers are waiting by the phones for your call if there's any information you can give on tonight's cases. There's the number. It's 01811 8055.
Last month, a viewer recognised on Crimewatch a place where she'd once stopped. She called in, and it's just possible something she saw might help solve a murder. We hope tonight you'll see something that triggers a memory for you. We've reconstructed a raid on a security van delivering cash to Surrey University, a robbery at a house in Clacton staged by 3 men posing as police officers, and an assault on a woman in Sheffield as she showed a prospective buyer round her house.
Well, we had a mixed response to last month's programme. We showed you a picture of a man who police in Gloucestershire wanted to speak to about numerous allegations of deception across the country. Well, 4 days after the programme, police in Cleethorpes on Humberside had a call from somebody who'd been in this pub. That person had seen the programme and thought that the same man was in there having a drink. The Cleethorpes police station is only 100 yards away, and the man was arrested within minutes. He's since been charged with over 200 cases of deception.
Police are still not much nearer solving the murder of Shani Warren. On Easter Saturday, Shani, a 26-year-old, was found in a lake near Slough in Berkshire. We'd reconstructed her last days to the point at which she left her home in her black Vauxhall Cavalier, loaded with 3 black polythene bags of grass cuttings. The car was found unlocked in a lay-by off the A4. It had broken down. About 100 viewers rang to help after that reconstruction. One is certain that she saw Shani in the lay-by, and she also remembers that there was a well-dressed man there and another car. The car was possibly green, perhaps a BMW. Was that man you? It was sometime after 6 o'clock on Good Friday evening. Please call if it was. And a woman rang to say that she'd stopped in the lay-by then, but she seemed too frightened to tell us any more. 3 hours later, at 2 a.m, she called Maidenhead Police Station and then Leicester Police Station, but she still refused to identify herself. If you're watching, please call again.
And we're appealing for another caller to ring again on the Helen Fleet murder. Helen was stabbed and beaten to death while walking her dogs in Walbury Wood near Weston-super-Mare. We showed this video fit of a young man seen talking to Helen 2 days before the murder. Someone claiming to be him called the programme. He said his name was Keith Spears, but then rang off. Now, that could be a hoax, but if it was you, or if you think you know anyone involved, or you recognise the video fit, please do call.
In fact, last month was frustrating because of callers who wouldn't give their names. We reconstructed events that led up to a series of rapes in the area of Stockport. 170 viewers rang with information. 2, they refused to be identified, and we need you two please to ring again. One said that she'd been raped herself. Another, in tears, said that she thought she knew who the attacker was. Please, both of you, obviously this is a series of crimes that has to be stopped. Please call again.
Well, now to our first case this month. Sheffield police are looking for a man who, posing as a prospective house buyer, sexually assaulted a housewife in Sheffield. She was 7 months pregnant. It seems that the man had planned his attack in advance, and police have had reports of someone using a similar technique in other parts of the country, in Hertfordshire, the Midlands and South Yorkshire. So far, there's no means of knowing whether these incidents are actually linked, but this man must be found before he does someone even more serious injury. In our film, the victim tells us herself about her ordeal, but to protect her identity, we've changed the family's names, and an actress takes her part in the reconstruction. The date is Monday the 27th of April in Helmton Road in Sheffield. Helmton Road is in the Woodseats area of Sheffield.
Radio Sheffield News at 7 o'clock.
Right, I'm going to have to get off, love.
The headlines this Monday morning.
Paul and Kathy have lived here for 3 years with their 2 young children.
Don't be late back, huh?
See you later. You can join there. See you later. Okay.
The couple had put their house on the market, hoping to move closer to their parents.
We put the house up for sale last autumn, and I'd shown quite a few people around, never thought anything of it. And one couple came along, and they were interested, and we accepted an offer from them. The estate agent weren't very happy with them. We'd been waiting for the surveyor coming for quite a few weeks. So they said if anyone else came along, to give them a brochure, show them round.
On this Monday morning in Nettleham Road, about a quarter of a mile away from Kathy's home, Mary Taylor had an early call from a prospective house buyer.
19,750. Would you like to have a look around?
Well, could I come back a bit later on, say around 7 o'clock?
Of course you can. Could you make it near past?
Aye, all right. See you.
Right.
He didn't keep that appointment.
Potatoes, everything.
20 minutes later, a few hundred yards away in Horton Street, another woman with a house for sale had a visit.
Don't you want to have a look around the house?
Well, no, I only came for a brochure, love, to see the price of the house. Is it all right if I come back later on, say about 7:30?
Aye, that'll be fine, love.
All right, I'll see you.
Sure.
Again, the man didn't call back. Later that morning, Kathy and her friend Margaret had been taking their children for a walk in the park. Kathy's youngest child had become tired and tetchy, so they were in a hurry to get him home for a sleep.
Yes. Come on, right. So you as well. Wipe your feet. That's it. In you go and shut the door. Why you pack off? That's it. Thank you. Yes, well, we'll pop that down there. Hello.
It's about your house for sale, love.
Well, actually, it's sold.
Oh.
But the agent did say that if anyone was interested, I should show them round in case the other sale falls through.
OK, love, that's fair enough.
But do you want to come in now and have a look around?
Well, no, I haven't got the time now. Can I come back in about an hour?
Oh, yes, that'll be fine.
All right, love. See you later.
Right, then.
20 minutes after that, 5 streets away in Acethorpe Road, it seems the man had stopped at yet another for sale notice.
Hello.
I've come about the house, love.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's sold.
Oh.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Kathy's children were now having their afternoon rest.
Do you fancy going to the park tomorrow?
Yes, it'd be nice if the weather's like this. It'd be a change.
Yes, it'd be good. The kids like it,
Yes, they don't like it around the animals, don't
Oh, he's back early. He said he wouldn't be back until 1:15.
they? Oh, well, I'll have to go in a minute.
I'll go and let him in.
Hello. Do you want to come in?
I'm sorry to trouble you, love, but my wife can't make it. I've just rung her up at work and she can't get off till 2:30. Is it all right if we come back then?
Oh, that's okay.
I'm sorry to keep messing you about.
Don't worry, I'll see you later then.
OK.
Right.
Kathy started to tidy up for the visit. Meanwhile, at a barber in nearby Chesterfield Road, a stranger had called in for a haircut. Police believe it may have been the same man.
I'm sorry, Nix.
Just after 1:30, Kathy remembers she was watching the series Neighbours on the television.
Oh, but I wanted to tell you... Oh, no, it's too bloody late now anyway.
What do you want to tell me?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Richard is leaving on
I
Saturday.
don't want to know about him. I want to know about you.
I'm sorry to keep messing you about like this, love, but the wife's just phoned. She can't get away now till 4:30.
Oh, well, that's okay. Why don't you come back with her then?
Well, what I thought was if I could have a look round now, if it's all right with you, and if everything's OK, I could bring the wife back later on.
Oh, that's fine. Come in.
Thanks, love.
Well, if there's anything you want to know, just ask. There's a radiator behind the sofa, and there are another 2 through there. This is the dining room.
Are they run on gas or electricity, love?
Oh, gas? I'll show you upstairs now. We've got 3 bedrooms and bathroom, of course. I'll show you the little room first.
He was quite ordinary, quite well spoken. Took his time having a look round. You know, you would have expected him to rush. And even during the attack, he was very calm. He never raised his voice. He was just unnaturally calm, really.
Kathy was sexually assaulted and punched several times in the face. She fought back, and her attacker ran off when the children woke and started to scream. Well, the man in charge of the inquiry is Matt Brearley. How is the lady now? She's expecting her baby next month, isn't she?
She is, yes. Happily, she's made a full recovery, and the baby was unharmed, and as you say, is expected early next month.
Now, you have a very good description of the man, so perhaps we could look at him first and have a look at our video feed. What does he look like?
Yes, the man's described as 38 years of age, about 5 foot 8 inches tall, stocky build, with a paunch, which is described as a beer belly. Someone, somewhere, must know this man, and we're asking for people to ring the police if they've any suggestions as to his identity.
And as I said, she fought back, so he's likely to have scratches on his face.
Yes, she did, and she did scratch his face down the left-hand side, and we're asking for anyone who knows this man, who knows of a man who went out on that Monday morning and came back with scratches on his face, to ring us. It is important that we catch this man.
How sure are you that it's the same man who's in the hairdresser?
We're not 100% certain that that is the same man, but he is described as similar to the assailant, and we would ask for that man to come forward. If he's not involved, he can be eliminated, or indeed anyone who was in the hairdressers at that time to come forward to see if we can identify that man.
Right, 27th of April, midday that was. Now, if we look at our micromap, we can see how close all the places he visited are. There's the first and second visits in Nettleham Road and Horton Road, they made in the morning. Then he went on to Cathy's house for the first time. Then to Acethorpe Road, his fourth visit, as far as you know. Then in the afternoon, 2 more calls on Cathy's house and the attack at just after 1:30. Why do you think he visited all those houses, if indeed it was the same man?
Yes, well, perhaps he was looking for a victim at that time, and perhaps he didn't choose those houses because he was unsure that there was the lady was in on her own. There may well have been somebody else in the house at that time.
Are there any other clues for him?
Yes, we have a witness who has described a blue estate car with a dog guard in the back being driven by a man described as being similar to the attacker, and we would appeal for that man again to come forward. If he's not involved, he can be eliminated, or indeed anyone who was in Helmton Road about that time, about 1:30 p.m. on Monday the 27th of April, to come forward so that we can identify that car as well.
Right, and that dog grille made that car particularly distinctive?
It did, yes.
What's police advice in general for somebody who's selling their house and is suspicious?
Well, if anyone has their house on the market, they should not allow casual callers into their house to view the house, but should hand them the estate agent's details and ask them to make an appointment through the estate agent. Similarly, anyone intending to put their house on the market should make sure that the estate agent is aware of the rules and regulations which they all know about for the safety of the vendors.
Right, and make sure that your estate agent is clued up on safety too. Thank you, Mr. Brearley. I mentioned earlier some other cases elsewhere in the country, and now these are 4 artist impressions which have been made with the help of victims in Doncaster, Coventry, St Albans and Nottingham. If you think you recognise any of these faces, or if you know this man's identity, you can ring Mr. Brearley or his colleagues here in the studio now, and it's 01 811 8055, or ring Sheffield Police Direct on 0742 500 700. That's 0742, the code for Sheffield, 500 700.
Now to the incident desk, where we invite the police to appeal to you directly about cases across the country. In fact, from a burglary on the Scottish borders to 3 vicious attacks in the southeast and the theft of a valuable diamond in London. Here are Constable Helen Phelps and Superintendent David Hatcher.
Firstly, the brutal murder of 18-year-old Rachel Muse, a popular outgoing girl who worked at the Newcastle airport. On the evening of Tuesday the 2nd of June, she was battered to death in her flat in this block in Saxondale Road, Newcastle upon Tyne. Rachel left a friend's flat in an adjoining block at 9:20 p.m. that evening. She wasn't seen again until her father discovered her body the following day. There were no signs of forced entry into her flat, so she may have known her killer. On the night of the murder at 10:15, a man was seen running away from the area of the flats towards Newlyn Road. He's about 20, 6 foot, thin, with a fresh complexion, rosy cheeks and short, tidy fair hair. He was wearing a short navy blue jacket, possibly quilted, dark trousers and trainers. We think the killer may be a local man and that someone knows his identity. Rachel lived in a busy residential area, so if you saw something that Tuesday night, the 2nd of June, please ring us now.
Next, take a look at this gold chain. It has 3 charms attached, an Aquarius zodiac sign, a heart and a beer barrel. One just like this was taken during an attack in which the 81-year-old victim was held at knife point and raped. The attack happened in the Adderfield area of Hemel Hempstead, Hertfordshire in late March. The attacker is in his early 20s, 5'8" to 5'10", with brown curly hair. On the 7th of June, there was a similar rape and robbery of an 87-year-old woman in the North Kent village of Hartley. Despite the appalling attack, the victim has been able to help us give us this artist's impression. He's a man in his late 20s, stocky build with brown hair, possibly wavy. He was wearing a dark leather bomber jacket, a white open neck shirt and black gloves, and he stole a lady's gold wristwatch like this one. It's about 60 years old and has an expanding bracelet, but some of the links are slightly dented. These attacks have not been connected, but they are similar. If you recognise the descriptions or have seen either the gold chain or the watch, ring us now.
Tonight we need your help to catch 2 masked men and possibly a third who terrified Evelyn Vincent, a 76-year-old widow, and stole her life's collection of specially made jewellery. This is the only remaining piece. Hume Hall, her isolated home in Berwickshire, Scotland, was broken into at 10 p.m. on the 1st of April. She was tied up while the house was ransacked, only managing to free herself the following morning. Later, a man with a cultivated English accent phoned Kelso Cottage Hospital, insisting someone should go to help her. 2 witnesses remember seeing a black car near Hume Hall, possibly a Datsun Bluebird like this one. These boots, which have marks on the soles, may have been used by someone working in very high temperatures. They were found along the A697 Edinburgh to Newcastle Road, together with these items: a muddy tracksuit, a blue zipper jacket with paint on, and this brown holdall. Look at this artist's impression. It's one of the stolen rings. If you've seen anything like it or recognise any of the items here, call us now.
Next, an Easter break that ended in tragedy. Stephen Burke, a promising 19-year-old amateur soccer player, is lying in a coma in Queen Mary's Hospital, Roehampton. Around midnight on Easter Sunday, that's the 19th of April, he and 2 friends were involved in a fight with 5 others on the Shoppers car park in the centre of Presthaven Sands Holiday Park, near Prestatyn in North Wales. His friends received a broken nose and bruising, but Stephen was rushed to hospital, critically ill. They'd spent the evening at the Sands Disco and were on their way back to their caravan when the attack took place. There were up to 6,000 people at the camp that weekend. Stephen was in a group of 20 that had travelled from London. We are anxious to speak to anyone involved in the fight or who might have witnessed it, and we particularly want to trace these 2 men. They're in their late teens or early 20s. So if you can help, call us now.
We'd like you to take a look at this artist's impression of a unique Marquise diamond valued at £330,000. It was set in a platinum ring and was stolen together with other jewellery and £1,200 cash from a house in Holland Villas Road, London West 14, on Saturday the 25th of April. At 1 a.m, when the occupants returned home, they were met by masked men, possibly as many as 5. Pillowcases were put over their heads and their wrists and ankles handcuffed. They were then stripped of their jewellery and shut in a bathroom. The thieves promised to ring the police to give the couple's whereabouts, and a little later Scotland Yard received this call.
I'd like to report robbery number 16, Holland Villas in Holland Park. I say one more time for you. I'd like to report robbery 16, Holland Villas, okay?
Please give us a ring if you recognise that voice or have been offered the diamond. A £10,000 reward is offered for information leading to a successful conviction.
Finally, do you recognise this face? Or for that matter, these pyjamas? 200 of these chaps have been advertising beds in shops around the country, but 4 of them have walked. The first disappeared from this shop in West London. Police believe he might have had assistance because it seems he left through the skylight. Another hippo vanished from this shop in Derby on the 24th of March, and 2 more have gone from shops in Epsom and Ealing, West London. This last fellow is being recaptured. Here he is, back in the safekeeping of the Metropolitan Police. If you've seen any of these gentlemen out and about, or in undesirable company, remember, there is a reward.
And the number to ring if you can help on any of those crimes is 01811 8055. That's 01811 8055, direct to the studio here. And we've just heard that a girl has rung the studio here on that number in tears to say that she knows who raped that lady in Sheffield. Now, please, we'd like you to phone again. It is in confidence. Just please phone again. It's in confidence.
Now to what was quite literally a daylight robbery. It happened on the campus of Surrey University in Guildford, while dozens of people looked on in disbelief. Our reconstruction begins 10 weeks ago in early April. Tuesday, the 7th of April, 1:40 in the afternoon. This Renault Fuego belonged to Mr. and Mrs. Peter Payne. They'd come into Crawley to do some shopping, but they took a detour to pop into Shaw's garage to look at a new car they were interested in.
Yeah, don't you fancy that? I mean, it's pretty big.
Yeah, that's far too big.
The man in the blue car, Peter Gaughan, who nearly collided with the Renault, was actually the manager of Shaw's garage.
Oh, you haven't seen a red Fuego, have you?
Yeah, there's one shot right the way down there on the wrong side of the road, just as I was coming up.
We've had the bloody car.
I only left it here a couple of minutes.
1 week later, Tuesday, the 14th of April, the campus of Surrey University in Guildford. At 10 o'clock in the morning, John Diplock, Director of Building Works, was on his way to a meeting. He remembers noticing two men drinking beer. It seemed strange for that time in the morning, but he thought no more of it. Later, clerks in the examination office were checking papers when one of them noticed two men loitering outside.
Hello, Mr. Morrison. It's Louise.
There'd been several car thefts on the campus, so staff were paying close attention to strangers.
Come check them over and make sure they're okay.
What are you lads doing down here?
Well, we play for a local football team. We're just inspecting the pitch. We've got a game coming up in a couple of weeks.
Do you realise it's private?
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. Do you mind moving off, please?
Yeah, OK, sure.
Yeah, all right.
They did move off, but from where they were standing, they would have had a good view of the A3 road that runs right past the university. It was right now at 10:30 that an armoured security van was approaching the campus with a cash delivery for the university bank.
All units, security van on site.
Right, don't move and I'll waste you! Get up there! You! Get that money down! Now! Stay! Get the money in the bank! You go! Right, get on the ground! Right, let's have that money out now! Come on! You in there, get that money out there! Right, more! Right, get it in now! Get some more! Get in faster! Come on! Help him! Come on! Come on, put it in the bag! Come on, get it in! Faster! Faster! Come on! Come on! Right! Get back, you slag! Hurry up! Come on! Come on! Get the number! Get the number!
Bystanders did get the number, and it was the stolen Renault. The car was dumped at the edge of the campus. Either the gang made off towards the station car park or across the railway footbridge. This is the man leading the inquiry, Alan Radlett. Not very pleasant men, firing a gun at the building workers.
No, most certainly. The two security guards were resistance at all, but they were quite roughly treated. And then, having got the money, they deliberately fired into the building site, and the shot could have gone anywhere.
Curious place to do a robbery in front of all those witnesses. Obviously good descriptions. Tell us about the man.
Yes, this man was 22, 23, 5'11". He's described as slim with very short dark hair. He was suntan complexion and wearing blue denims.
He was thought to be the leader, wasn't he?
That's right, yes.
What about the other guys?
The second man, he was early 20s, 5'8", stocky build, inclined to be plump, mousy hair, which was collar length, and he wore black rimmed spectacles and a V-neck jumper.
Those specs, of course, he was seen without those. They might have been false or just put on for the robbery.
Yes, that's right.
Now, they were drinking beer. We saw that earlier. This bottle was found. It's a beer from de Saint-Omer, which is near Calais. So, I don't know where they got that from, unless they've been on a day trip to Calais.
Yes, it's not a beer that's commonly sold in this country. It does look like the sort of thing from a supermarket.
Anybody else who saw their getaway, let's just have a look at the micromap and just show. The black vehicle is the security van, the red is the Fuego, and they went round the university. This is largely on private roads, isn't it?
That's right, yes.
And that's the municipal car park they're aiming for, and that's where they dumped the car. And then they fled either through the car park or across that footbridge over the railway. Where was that Fuego stored for the week? Do you know?
Well, this is something that we don't know. It was covered in the week that it was away. It had covered something like 150, 170 miles.
So it could have been anywhere in London, home counties,
yes, it could
south
have covered
England.
a very wide radius.
Lots of things that were taken with the car. These keys are fairly distinctive. That's a standard sort of Renault bleeper to open the door, but look at this. There's a thing that says 53 on it. There was a St Christopher on here as well, but this is very distinctive. It says, preserve wildlife, pickle a squirrel. Then a purse that was stolen in it. All the credit cards had Gwendolyn Payne on them. There were several things from Gatwick Airport, including an entrance to the canteen, a car park pass and so forth. An M&S purse, I believe that is. And these things went missing from the car. Have you seen any of these lying on the ground? Anything like that? There's a substantial reward, isn't there?
Yes, I can't put an exact figure to it, but they are certainly a couple of nasty villains, well worth catching, and the insurance will put up what they describe as a very substantial reward to anyone giving information.
Alan Radlett, thank you very much indeed. Please help if you can. The number is always 01811 8055, 01811 8055, or you can ring Guildford Police. That's Guildford 31111. 0483, the code for Guildford, 31111.
Well, now for video call, a variation of our photo call. These are all people who've been caught on security video camera robbing shops, building societies or banks. Here once again are David Hatcher and Helen Phelps.
This video was taken by store detectives at Harvey Nichols, a Knightsbridge department store, when they became suspicious of a customer browsing in the men's department at about 3 o'clock on Saturday the 25th of April. He eventually chose 2 shirts costing £125 and paid for them with a stolen chequebook and cheque card. We'd like to speak to him in connection with other cheques from the same chequebook, which were used to buy about £2,000 worth of goods, mainly clothes, from other stores, including £500 worth from Harrods. Notice his rather flamboyant ring, which he's wearing on his wedding finger. If you know him, call us.
Next, this man seen here on June the 18th walking out of a building society in East London. In the bag is £2,300 he's taken after threatening staff with a gun. And here he is at the same premises a month earlier when he got away with £700. Have another look at him in action and ring us now if you know him or where he is.
Next on video call, this man. He approached the cashier at the National and Provincial in Bristol with what she thought was a gun and demanded cash from the till. He walked out with £2,500. We believe he's called Malcolm Thomas Fox, and we'd like to speak to him in connection with this and 4 other raids on building societies in the West Country. Malcolm Thomas Fox is 39 and has the name Chris tattooed on his left arm. He's a keen gambler and frequents betting shops and casinos, so if you've seen him, ring us now.
Finally, take a look at these men who got away with £2,500 when they forced staff at a Liverpool off-licence to hand over keys to the safe. They may be part of a gang operating out of Liverpool who've been robbing off-licences around the city and terrorising staff. On the 24th of April, 2 men took £3,000 and the videotape from the shop security camera. But staff say these are the same 2 men casing the off-licence 2 days before the raid. On the 12th of May, a sales assistant was punched in the face for just £60. Both robbers were rather agitated and in their haste took the entire cash register with them. If you recognise any of these men on tonight's video call, please ring us.
And a reminder of the number again, if you recognise any of those faces, please call 01811 8055, 01811 8055. Now, we've just heard from Merseyside Police that another off-licence in Liverpool has been attacked by what we think is that same gang again tonight. So those faces, if you recognise them, they've been out again tonight. We've just heard. If you know who they are, please call us.
Well, now, if there was a knock at your door and one morning 3 policemen showed you identity cards and asked to come in and talk to you, the chances are you'd let them in. Well, this next case serves as a warning, always to check first, no matter how credible or how important or authoritative the callers might seem. The events you're about to see took place 3 weeks ago, on Wednesday the 27th of May. The names of the elderly couple involved have been changed, but the other details are as accurate as we can make them. Our reconstruction takes place in Clacton-on-Sea. Clacton has been one of Britain's most popular seaside resorts since Victorian times, famous for its pier and gardens. 5 minutes from the seafront is the home of 70-year-old Edwin Grace and his sister Madge. They've lived here since 1950, 4 years after Edwin left the army, where he'd been a captain. Around 8:15 that day, Mr. Grace was up as usual, making the morning tea. Madge and her brother are well known locally. They ran an antiques business in the town for many years, and the 2 of them are very close.
Blast. Who's that at this time of day? Yes?
Morning, sir. Police.
What? Police?
Can I come inside, sir? Thank you, sir.
What's all this about?
I'll come straight to the point. We're from Scotland Yard and we're investigating a series of jewellery thefts. With evidence you're involved.
Me? You must be joking. I don't deal in that stuff.
I'm sorry, sir. I must ask you to let me see inside your safe.
This is ridiculous. I'm calling the local police. Madge, it's the police. They're arresting me. Hey, what's going on?
Whatever's going on down here?
I'm sorry, madam. We've information linking Mr. Grace with illegal firearms deals and passing stolen jewellery. I need to look in your safe.
This is preposterous. You don't know what you're talking about. And I can't open the safe with these on.
But the men refused to remove the handcuffs and insisted on Mr. Grace giving them the safe's combination. One of them tried to open it.
It won't come. You goat.
We're not going, sir, till we've looked in the safe.
You made a terrible mistake.
If we've made a mistake, sir, you can have an apology later from the higher-ups. Right now, I want this safe opened.
Once the safe was open, Madge was taken upstairs, where the rooms were thoroughly searched.
You won't find anything in here. We were burgled 4 years ago. Most of our stuff was taken then.
I'm sorry, madam, but we have to search everything.
It's no use you looking in there. I told you you've got the wrong man.
Right, sir, that's enough. We can't work with these constant interruptions or we'll be here all day. I must ask you to join your sister upstairs.
bed. How dare you? How dare you? Stop it. What are you doing? How dare you? Take these things off. Take them off.
What do you think you're doing?
You bastard.
He cut one of them on the right cheek and may have injured the other man. Mr. Grace was tied to the bed and he and his sister were gagged. As the men finished emptying the safe downstairs, the Graces' housekeeper was arriving for work. In the bedroom, Edwin slipped the gag and freed his feet. He dragged himself to the window. He saw two of the men heading towards a blue saloon car.
It's Kitty. Kitty! Up here, Kitty!
At first, she thought the third man was a doctor. Then she noticed the cut on his cheek. Kitty saw him get into a dark blue car with Madge's suitcase. The car drove off towards the town centre. Already unnerved, she panicked when she saw her employer shouting at the window.
Up here, Kitty! Kitty, you've got to come in and get the police.
Why? What's happening?
Please, Kitty, it's all right. You can come in, they've gone. You've got to get the police.
Inside, the hall was littered with empty boxes from the safe. £30,000 worth of cash and valuables had been taken. Well, in charge of this case is Peter Went. Now, there's some pretty distinctive items amid that £30,000 worth. Can you describe a few of them?
Yes, there were 7,300 silver threepenny pieces. It's quite a large number to dispose of. There was a Hester Bateman silver tankard made in 1783 worth £800.
It's quite rare.
And there's a Rolex gold wristwatch, which we have an identical one here. It has a serial number on it, which makes it identifiable.
Right, so somebody might find that. You also, they packed all those things into Madge's red suitcase, and you brought a replica of that in.
Yes, we have a replica suitcase, which was used to take all the property away from the house.
So perhaps
This is an
somebody
identical one.
will see one of those lying about somewhere. There are very good descriptions, for obvious reasons, of all the three men. They were in the house for half an hour. Can we go through those? First of all, the first man, who did most of the talking.
Yes, the first man is male white, 45, 6 foot, with a red nose, rather like a drinker's nose, with a blue blazer, blue trousers, a white shirt and very clean shoes. Number 2 was a man, 5'10", straight cut, clean hair, northern or very slight Scots accent, with a blue blazer, grey trousers.
And he'll be the man with the mark on his cheek from the man hitting him.
He's the man who punched the victim and is the man who got cut on the face, yes.
So that'll be something that will have lasted a few days.
Yes, he was seen with the witness outside who saw blood running down onto his collar.
Right. And the third man?
Third man, male white, 30 years, with a London accent, blue blazer and blue trousers. All men were very immaculate and very smartly dressed.
You also need more sightings of that blue saloon car. Nobody knows what make it is or anything, do they?
No, it may be that people on their way to work, going from Jaywick to Clacton that morning on a bus or in their cars, may well have seen the car, and we don't know what make it is.
Now, if police do knock on your door, producing ID cards and so on, what do you do if you're suspicious?
Well, if you have any worries, ring your local police, because they should know if there's any search or arrest at your premises. If the local police don't know, they'll obviously dispatch a vehicle. So if they are bogus police officers, you know the real police are behind them and will come and check them out.
And will genuine police officers be sympathetic while you go off on telephone?
Well, there will be, unless, of course, it's something like a drugs raid.
Right. There's a reward in this case, isn't there?
Yes, there's a reward for £1,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the persons. That's unusual, because normally it's for recovery of property.
Right, well, thank you, Mr. Went. If you think you might know any of these men, or recognise that car, or if you know anything at all which might help to find these men, please ring us either here at the studio on 01 811 8055, or ring Chelmsford Police on 0245 267 267. That's 0245, the code for Chelmsford, 267 267.
That's it for now, except Tilly, we've got a tremendous response so far tonight. A good deal of new information on that rape in Sheffield by a man posing as a house purchaser. One caller in particular, a woman, who says that she knows who the rapist is. She says she sounded very distressed. If you will ring again, please bear in mind it is in absolute confidence. Your call won't be tape recorded or anything without your specific consent. Let me tell you that we've got some information too on the holiday camp attack at Prestatyn. What looks like it could well be another witness to the attack. And we have got some names that sound very promising on the raid on that Group 4 security van at Surrey University. Our lines are open till midnight. Please keep trying if you have trouble getting through. Sue.
And the numbers direct to the police stations are on CFAX if you have that. That's on page 186. Or, of course, you can ring your local police or write to us here at Crimewatch UK, BBC Television, London W12 8QT.
We'll be back, hopefully, with more results on Crimewatch Update in an hour from now. Don't think these crimes are common, the ones we've shown you. They're certainly not. In fact, for the record, only 1/3 of 1% of all recorded offences include personal assaults like armed robbery and rape of a serious nature. So please don't be kept awake by our reconstructions. Don't have nightmares. Do please sleep well. Good night.
Good night.